So imagine you're scrolling on Instagram, as you do, and you come across a podcast that's hosted by two women. And this particular podcast episode, they're interviewing a woman who has slept with 100 men in a 12-hour period. Naturally, you're gonna be curious about this podcast. So I actually went straight and listened to the podcast. And it was quite bizarre. It turns out this lady, this young woman, she is 24, I think it is. She has an OnlyFans account and she gets paid for the pornography that she displays. She works for herself, there's no pimp, and she exposes herself. And I guess a marketing tool for her was to promise her fans that she would sleep with 100 men in a 12-hour period. And there was an application process, etc. Right? She went on actually after this to sleep with 1,000 men in a 12-hour period. She ended up sleeping with 1,057 men. Now, I'm not here to make actual judgment on her choices, right? People have all sorts of choices. There is pornography out there, and people choose to be a part of it. They choose to either be in it, and then you've got the people who choose to watch it. What I am stuck on is that I can just be scrolling regularly in my Instagram account. Now, my Instagram feed follows things that are cyber safety, news, and I get little else. I do have a couple favorite musical artists, I get them. And that's really about it. So, and I do listen to podcasts, but I don't find them through Instagram in general. And they really have nothing to do with this topic. And so I came across it. So if I can come across it, what about all the young minds who do? Now, because curiosity got the better of me, I actually went and watched the documentary about her on YouTube, right? And it's a documentary about what she does. You don't see anything explicit, and it's not, the content is not pornographic at all, right? Because it's more kind of interviewing and why she does this and that sort of thing, right? But the point is that exposure is still there. And for a lot of children, their first encounter with the topic of sex, especially when they are given free rein to go online and do whatever they want. They can just go online. Their parents give them devices and they just go online, right? So they're coming across stories like this potentially, right? Without looking for it. Did not go looking for it, right? So you go watch the YouTube and you're like, okay, so even though it doesn't show the explicit, it still talks about the fact like, so is this normal? Is this how love is shown? Like, so if this is the first experience or, sort of knowledge that children know about intimate relationships, what are we telling our kids? Is this okay? Right? It was quite disturbing in that sense, right? Just knowing that this is what our kids could potentially come across and do, by the way. Now, if they chose, they could go and find OnlyFans. You do have to have a subscription. I'm quite sure that you have to be 18 or over, but as you know, a lot, if not all of these apps and sites, anybody can make up their age. So my question is, how do we stop children from coming across things like this? You got to monitor them. We have to monitor their online use. We have to educate them. And big tech companies have to be held accountable. There has got to be a way where you have to prove your age. I'm Emma Sharp Dalton Brown from Cyber Bright. Stay sharp, be cyber bright.